Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone in today's class for the 6th elementary grade. Our textbook is Week 3 and today we will cover Unit 6 Jobs Phonics on page 49. This lesson will be presented by me, teacher Mazen Harbi, and the sign language by Mr. Fawaz Al-Agil. So let's begin. Our objectives in today's lesson, we hope that at the end of this lesson you will be able to count up to 1,000. Quick revision on our last lesson. Last lesson we did learn how to say and write words that have these letters K and N and G and H. And we said that sometimes when we come across certain words where we can see letters that we can write them but we cannot say them or pronounce them, as with these examples that we have learned in last lesson. The first example was this word, right, right. And as you can see here we wrote the letter G and letter H, but we don't pronounce it. We say, directly we say, right, right. So G and H are the kind of letters that we write with this word but without pronouncing, right. And also with the other word we have here, which is knob, a doorknob. And as you can see here is an example of a word where we write K-N-O-B. And we only say N-O-B, like knob, knob. So the K here is silent. So we write K, but we don't pronounce it. Also, other example, which is knee. So here in this word, we wrote K, N, and double E. And when we say it, we pronounce it as knee, knee. So the K here is silent. Also, this word, knock, knock. So here also we wrote K-N-O-C-K. So here we wrote the letter K, but we don't pronounce it. We say knock, knock. Also, one other example we learned last time, which is light, light. So here we wrote L-I-G-H and T. So here we wrote G and H, but we don't pronounce it. We say light. And another word, which is knife. So here we have K, N, we have K-N-I-F-E, knife. So here we wrote the letter K, but we don't say it, we don't pronounce it, we only keep it in writing. And finally, we have the word night, N-I-G-H-T. So here we wrote G and H, but as we said, we don't pronounce it. So these are the most common words where we use the two letters, which are K-N and G-H. And we said that sometimes we come across words where we can find these two letters without pronouncing them. And these are among the most common words. So here again, listen to me and repeat after me. Right, right, light, light, night, night. These are the words with G and H. Now, let's say the words that starts with K and N. So here we go. Knob, knob. Repeat after me. Knob, knob. Knee, knee, knee. And knock, knock. And finally, knife, knife, knife. Very well. These were some of the more common words with these two letters, with G and H and K and N. And also in the last lesson, we did say a certain words that ends with three different sounds, that ends with S. And we said that some example of them, like this word, reads, reads. Reads ends with the sound of Z, Z, reads. And also the second sound we have, which is walks, walks. And if you listen carefully, you will see the end of this word ends with the sound of S, S, like in walks, walks. And finally, this word, teaches, teaches. And if you listen carefully, you will see that this word ends with the sound of as. So we have three sounds, Z, S, and as. And we said that what we're going to do now is that we're going to say these words and trying to match them with these three different sounds. So, starting from the first word here we have, the first word is sleeps, sleeps. If you listen carefully to how I pronounce this, sleeps, sleeps. So the last sound I did say from this word matches this sound, sa, sa, sleeps, sa. And also the other word is eats, eats, eats. So here the word eats ends with the letter sa. So it matches the second sound. And also the third word, brushes, brushes, brushes. Brushes here matches the third sound, as. So brushes matches the third sound, as. So here we wrote number 3. And then next we have comes, comes. That matches the second sound. And this word washes, washes. If you listen, you will see the last sound is as, number 3. Washes, washes. And cleans, cleans, matches the second sound. And folds, folds, folds. This word ends with the sound of Z, which match the first one, folds, folds. And then we have goes, 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 which matches the first sound as well. And then we have here blaze, 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 that matches the first one. And next we have watches, watches, that matches the third sound. And here we have runs, runs, matches the second one. And finally the last word is catches, catches, that match the third sound, which is. So it was a fun exercise that we did last time, where we have 3 different sounds and we did say them together just to know the differences between each sound. We also agree that no matter if the word ends with S, sometimes S comes in different sounds. So sometimes the letter S comes in Z as reads, and sometimes it comes as S as walks, and sometimes it comes as is, like the word teaches. And now I would like you to open your books on page 49. I would like you please to open your books on page 49. Now, on page 49, we have this interesting chant where we're going to listen and point to the numbers. We're going to listen first to this text, and after this, we're going to point to the numbers that were mentioned here in this text, and then we can chant it together. So, let's begin by listening to this text, and after this, we're going to start pointing. So whenever we see or whenever we read the number, we're going to point the number at these numbers on cards, and then we'll chant it together. So let's listen. 1,000 stars. I like to count the stars at night. 10 at a time. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Now we'll listen again, and this time I'm going to point at each word, and I would like you to follow with me and repeat with me as well. 1,000 stars. I like to count the stars at night. 10 at a time. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Very well. Now we finish the part of listening. Now it is time to point, to mention the number and to point at the number from these cards. So let's begin. Let's start with our first number. Our first number is 10. Would you please point to 10? On your books, point to number 10. And then we have the number 20. Where is number 20? Where can you see number 20? Here you go. This is number 20. So we have 10, we have 20. Now let's go to number 30. Where can you see number 30 from these cards? Excellent. This is number 30. 30. Now, what about number 40? Where can we see number 40 from these cards? Excellent. Here we go. This is 40. Now, number 50. Where can we see number 50? Here you go. This is 50. Now we have 60. Where can you see number 60 from these cards? Excellent. Here you go. This is number 60. And we still have 70. Where can we see it? Here you go. This is 70. So point with me at number 70. And then we have 80. Number 80. And then 90. 90. This is number 90. And finally, the largest number from these cards is 100. 100. Point with me to number 100. Very good. Now, let us move on to the second part of this chant. So, again, number 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Very good job. Now, let us move on to the next part of our chant, which is now we have bigger numbers from 100 up to 1000. So, as we did just before, let's listen to this chant and then You will point and listen again, and then we'll point at each number. So, let's start listening. Let's count together. 100 at a time. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000 stars at night. So, let's listen again. This time I'm going to point and I would like you to follow with me as well. Let's count together. 100 at a time. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000 stars at night. Now, let's read it again, and this time we are going to point at each number. So we'll start with the first one. Let's count it together. So, 100. This is the card of 100. And then we have 200. 200. And we have 300. This is, point with me, this is 300. And where is 400? Here you go. This is 400. And what about 500? Where can we see it? Here you go. This is 500. And what about 600? Where can we see 600? Here you go. This is 600. Point with me at 600. And then we have 700 and 800. And then we have 900. Where can we see it? Here you go. This is 900. And finally, 1,000 stars at night. So now we need to point at it together, just to remind ourselves where is each number. So here you go. Let's now point again at each number. So here you go. 100, repeat after me. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000 stars at night. Very good job. So here now we are able to count up to 1,000 from these numbers. So now we have reached the end of our lesson. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.